Hello everybody. For this particular video, we will be analyzing the HSBC website for two regions. One is the US version and the other one is the Qatar version. And we will be analyzing it in terms of cultural concepts, usage of metaphors, choice of color palette, design placement of features on homepage, language approaches, and then finally, we will provide a walkthrough of the paper prototype.
Now, we will analyze the cultural implications of two of HSBC's global websites, the United States and Qatar. We will evaluate the user interface design in terms of four distinct concepts: localization, globalization, culturalization, and internationalization. Localization refers to the process of adapting a product or service to enable its acceptability into the appropriate cultural context. While the US website is not localized, the HSBC Qatar website seems to be developed within its own local culture. The homepage features an image of a man in national Qatari dress in a desert area. The man is also with his family, which highlights the collectivist culture within Qatar. However, translation is the central activity on a localized website. Unfortunately, although Arabic is the official language of the country, the HSBC Qatar website is only provided in English. Globalization involves the approach that embraces a homogeneous user interface that does not account for distinct cultural preferences. The secondary homepages of the HSBC Qatar website, in fact, employs globalization techniques. These websites are generic in nature and do not include elements that are culturally identifiable. Unlike globalization, culturalization promotes local identity and highlights cultural values and traditions. For example, the HSBC Qatar website introduces different types of religious banking, including Islamic banking. Internationalization is the process of creating a base design that can be easily adapted for various international markets. The US version of the HSBC website does a great job at implementing internationalization techniques. The website layout includes sufficient amount of visuals and text. These, along with the default language, can be customized to appeal to various audiences.
We will now be analyzing the websites and identify their potential usage of metaphors. For the Qatar version, the metaphoric theme, which is seen in all sections, is our customers have lots to smile about. Take a closer look. This metaphor can be seen under all visuals as well as on the home screen and secondary home screens. The repetitive use of the metaphor gives the customers a good image of the company and the fact that the customers are happy at the end. It encourages the customers to further analyze and actually take a closer look at what has been said. This metaphoric use seems to work, but it can be more localized. Maybe adding the word family might be helpful since Qatar is a collectivistic country and always aims for the benefit of the family rather than self. Contrary to the Qatar website, the US website does not contain a metaphor which gets repeated at all. In fact, multiple metaphors are being used. This may be because customers are already loyal to online banking in the US and there is no need to convey the message of happiness to them. Instead, shooting them with interesting facts and quotes enables them to think beyond their initial thoughts of banking with HSBC US. One such example of the metaphor is diversify your portfolio for the global economy with HSBC Premier. This is not just joining the investment made by the customer, but involving them with the notion of global economy and the fact that they are a part of the greater geographic area. This is a smart move.
Hello everyone, my name is Nahan Arif and I will be talking to you through the choice of color palettes used for both the local and the global version of the HSBC website. The color palettes for both the local and the global sites are the same and consist of the red, gray and white colors. The color palette used in both the sites are reflective of the brand image and logo of HSBC as the logo has the same color palette. Also, the hexagon in the logo signifies the unification of all the offices located throughout the world. This unification is observed in the website by the common layout shared by the two sites. The red color in the main page has been relevantly used in a manner to attract attention or to signify the location. This could in turn save the customer time, as the customer knows exactly where he is situated in the website. The red color in the main page of the two sites is balanced by the white background color and bits of gray. The white background color also helps in making the content appear more organized, and the grid layout is more focused.
We're going to analyze the two sites based on the location of the homepage and other important website features. For the Qatar website, the global navigation bar contains investments in protection, which is a little different from those provided in the global version. Both have a lot of emphasis on the international audience. The population of Qatar mostly consists of people originating from outside Qatar. About 85% of the population are non-Qataris. Therefore, to cater to the needs of these people, HSBC Qatar has put a lot of emphasis on money transfer features, setting up international accounts, and so on. Even protection deals with insurance that caters not only to Qataris are also available to the immigrants. Since insurance applies providing insurance for the people belonging to that particular country, the word insurance is not being used. Instead, the word protection has been used to sound more appealing and to give the impression that HSBC Qatar will protect its customers by insurance, irrelevant of the place that they belong to. Moreover, no emphasis has been given for retirement, as there are no retirement policies currently for the Qatari population. On the other hand, for the US website, it contains investment in retiring and insurance in its global navigation bar. Since the US has its own retirement policy, HSBC provides various opportunities and offers to cater to the needs of those who are retired. Also, since university education is expensive, there is a lot of emphasis on education plans and offers for those clients with children. Moreover, a lot of offers are also provided for insurance, ranging from tools for insurance of the whole family to other plans and products. Another interesting difference between the presentation of these features is the emphasis on technology. The global version has internet banking and other online tools mentioned in the homepage. However, there was only one small link in the HSBC Qatar site for internet banking. This gives us the impression that clients in the Middle East do not make use of the online features provided in the main website, and they may not be as technically advanced. We will now assess the differences in tone and text with respect to the language used for both websites. The language used for both websites are technically the same, which is English. It seems to fit the overall theme, which is similar even in terms of design. Therefore, there seems to be some sort of monarchist approach in the tone of language used. While the content of either website may be tailored to suit the user according to the region, they maintain this monarchist entourage around the text concerning the customer. Comparing the contrast between the HSBC Premier pages for both websites, they've managed to keep a difference in tone of language used for both Qatar and US to a bare minimum. This shows the grouping of similarity across countries for the company, sticking to a general agenda of monarchy.
The following is a list of our recommendations for the HSBC website demonstrated with the use of paper prototype. Our first recommendation is to create an Arabic version of the Qatar HSBC website. Having an Arabic version will increase trust, loyalty, and ease of use for users who are more familiar with Arabic or are more comfortable with reading Arabic than English. Our second recommendation is to localize pictures and visuals to appeal to the Qatar market. The visuals being used in the Qatar website seem to be very general and are not reflective of the Qatari culture. Hence, in order to promote trust and loyalty among users, the website can be localized by adding more images of things related to Qatari culture, such as Qatari family, Qatari clothes, or even the cars commonly used in Qatar, which is the Land Cruiser. Our third recommendation is to have a localized homepage for the HSBC US website. A major drawback in the US website is that it does not have a localized homepage like the Qatar website. It directly takes the user to the private banking section and not to the home screen where one can choose which type of banking to use, making it confusing to users at times because of its content-dense layout. Finally, our fourth recommendation is to include more metaphors involving the concept of family in the Qatar website. Adding the concept of family might be useful since Qatar is a collectivistic culture and always emphasizes on family benefits rather than individual benefits. It would also be helpful to put in images of a traditional Qatari family, improving the level of trust and loyalty among users.
In terms of scheduling global meetings, it was a tough ask because of the 8 hours time difference between Pittsburgh and Qatar. However, we overcame this challenge by initially setting up meetings via emails. Once we had everyone's consent on the meeting time and date, we would use Skype or Google Hangout to carry out the global meeting. After every global meeting, before we hang up the call, we would always decide on the next meeting time and date, since that would avoid the extra struggle in setting up meeting times for the future. All team members were expected to arrive on time for the online meeting via Skype or Google Hangout. Maybe a way to improving on this current method would be to use Doodle more often to set up global meeting times. We should have also increased our frequency of online meetings and collaborated more often before we submit our final version of the deliverables.
Reflecting on the experience of working on this global project, I'd have to say that it was a new experience and seemed to be quite challenging because we have to coordinate with team members who are from different cultural backgrounds and geographical locations. However, by emphasizing project management and communication amongst team members, I feel that we were able to complete our project in the most effective and timely manner possible. As communication was the most important factor in our group's work rate, I learned of the importance of choosing the right medium for collaboration. We were able to keep a regular meeting time through Skype and Google Hangout, and along with active email and Google document threads. I also learned the importance of task management in terms of creating measurable work items to ensure the group moved forward. Not being able to always meet physically as a group forces to create tasks completable in a more timely fashion as to promote frequent meetings and a constant sense of progression. Working through the project itself along with the team experience, I learned of the importance of one's cultural perspective in terms of analyzing a website. It also allowed me to learn of the many different aspects and functionalities that accompany a well-designed website.